here we are. This is Night Slashers. Since Data East made a beat 'em up, and it's a horror game for some reason. So, if gore is a problem for you, I recommend not watching this game. It is very, very much gory. Anyway, I'm gonna play as Jake. He's the hero. This game has a tendency to go very, very badly when it goes badly, so we'll see how things work out. This game has a critical hit mechanic. That's what the big smash text was. You do a lot more damage when you critically hit, and that's about it. There's also some very unique throws, but we'll get more of those later. This is a 3-button game. You've got a jump, an attack, and a super move button. The super move uses a third of your life, but it hits the entire screen for a bunch of damage. So, a lot of screens you're kind of better off just putting a bunch of enemies on the screen and then doing the super instead of actually trying to fight them. This is the first mini-boss. He, unfortunately, cannot counterattack you with enough range to hit you when you do this, so just kind of hit him. Fortunately, that doesn't really work on other stuff, but that's what I was talking about when I was talking about the unique throws. If you've ever wanted to body surf on Frankenstein's monster, this is your game. The last thing you got is a charge up. You can do some more unique throws. I don't know who put that bat in a barrel, but whoever did it was a real jerk. Here's Teenage Werewolf and Knife Guy, and also On Fire Guy. Alright, this next thing has an emulation error, so it's gonna look pretty weird, but you run after this carriage. This fight's pretty obnoxious. This puppet can do some weird stuff, especially. So I'm being a little overly cautious. There's definitely faster things you can do here. Let's go ahead and do some damage this way. Have the health. Yeah, and so you can be dizzied completely at random in this game. Sometimes you're dizzied just because you got hit by a loose thing. to bury enemies in the ground like this. It's pretty funny. It's kind of bad because there's like a stomp you can do, but every single enemy in the game can counter the stomp. Well, not every single enemy. Most enemies in the game can counter it. This is the Stinger power-up, which just makes it so that the next hit you do is a critical hit no matter what. Alright, now we're gonna fight some rock monster. When you hit him with this giant slam throw, you expose his core. I get too much damage. Ideally, I wanted to do less damage so that he didn't summon these guys. But that's fine. Alright, now we get a bonus game. There's gonna be zombies. We have to step on them. Hungry Burger and Drug Zombie, because why not? Alright, stage 3 is where the game starts to get a little bit more, start having more bad feelings towards the player. These big axe guys can block, and that sometimes can turn into an issue, but... Once again, just simplest to scroll the screen and do this instead of actually fighting stuff. I just run into that guillotine and die, because... because... And then we have an elevator. Who doesn't love elevators? Yeah, so humorously, these guys that don't have arms are like the most dangerous enemies to try and throw. They're the most likely to counter throw you. Oh, he killed me? Wow, okay. That's not great. I had a lot of health. I had enough health to do a super. Jeez. This is the other super you can do if you do it in the air. Well, so we don't get extends in this game. That is the only death I'm allowed. That attack. Alright, so this boss are gonna kind of try and loop like this. He can get away from this if he wants to, but I just have to chase after him then. So here I'm gonna try and kind of bully this screen. There's a lot of enemies I don't really want to deal with properly, and he got behind me, so it's gonna be more difficult now. Okay. Didn't take too much damage from that. again, just trying to put as many enemies on the screen as possible in order to kill them all in one go. Alright, this briefcase is great. This briefcase contains a rock. Somebody needed to bring a rock to work.
Alright, third boss. We're gonna fight Dracula. Whoops. Oh, we got crits. Okay, so because I got a critical hit, I'm just gonna slam him twice and then pick him up again. For some reason, the slam doesn't increment the counter for critical hits, so you get to kill them really fast if you get them. Right, this is the shortest stage in this game. Not if that happens. Once again, just scrolling the screen, getting rid of everybody at once. Don't deal with it. We're already on the boss. This boss is unique because it is 2 enemies. Also, he is a boss that we can slam into the ground, which is very useful because this boss... A lot of this boss's AI depends on both of these guys taking an action. So when one of them's buried, they still have things they can do, but they're not nearly as dangerous. This should kill him. They also only have 1 shared health bar for whatever reason. Alright, once again, this situation sucks. I'm gonna advance the screen and use a super because I do not want to deal with these guys. Fighting sword mini boss again. I need to do this. Okay, this next fight is very easy if you do it correctly and completely impossible if you do it wrong. So there's going to be 8 of these guys in a row, and they're each going to come out one at a time, but they won't stop spawning like if I miss any of these. So if you just keep them all off screen, then it's pretty easy. But the moment you fail one of these, it is a problem. There we go. Yeah, nice block. Oh, and a random dizzy. Sweet. Just what I needed.
be over. Especially if I jump the wrong way, yeah. Well, that's a shame. Not sure why a couple things happen there, but unfortunately in this game I just haven't played enough to really be able to know some of that. Alright, this boss is awful. Alright, get ready for 2 minutes of this. There's other strategies for this boss, but they all suck. So we're stuck with this. The leeway for this is pretty gigantic, so it's not like it's some big problem or something. It's just takes a long time. If you're lucky enough to have critical hits stored here, you can. This takes like a tenth of this amount of time, but. Bonus game. This one is just hit button. Once again, just much simpler to just do this. Except when that guy... So usually the two guys on the left live through when you do that, not the two guys on the right. Anyway, this stage has a lot of boss refights, so... Get ready for that. Do I get health before the gunship? I don't think so. This is right now, isn't it? Yeah, shoot. Alright. Huh. Am I dropping frames? No? Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. It's not on my end. This is another place where I'm supposed to use a super, but my life was too low. again, just get as many bodies on screen as possible. That blue potion there is actually poison. If you pick that up, it will damage you. And can, in fact, kill you if you're at low enough health when you pick it up, which is pretty great. Alright, our last refight. We'll do the loop we were supposed to do last time. Alright, who better? Who better to finish this stage off than Death himself? Alright, so here I want to do this toss because it does increment the randomness for the purpose of getting critical hits. So hopefully at some point in this I'll get one. Not, then it'll take slightly longer. Alright, so Death was not the final enemy. We've got another stage to go. What could be worse than Death, you ask? How about this robot? So, yeah, once again, you just do this loop and hope we get a critical somewhere in here so we can go faster through this. Early? Yeah. Alright. We beat him, but we've got one last thing to do. For some reason we're escaping and he's here. This part kind of sucks, but if you do this dodge, you can kind of trick him into doing something easy. And that's Night Slashers. That's the game. We defeated all the zombies. That family that's been sitting there behind the barricades for this entire time is just there. I don't remember how to pause that. And our heroes go their separate ways. Except Jake is a gambling man, and not a very good one.